See that line right there?
Oh my gosh.
All right. If I didn't go too far, because I knew.
Okay. I'll do my right hand this time.
Oh, all right.
You got Betty Boop this time.
Hell, man. Oh. This one stinks. What did you have in it before?
Oh, I forgot.
Oh, whatever it was mixed with that is not good. Oh, man.
It's kombucha.
Oh. Kombucha mixed with whatever we were drinking is disgusting. As soon as I went to my nose, like I was like expecting a certain taste, and it just smelled like crevice, dude.
Oh my gosh. Kombucha's good, yeah, but mixed probably not so good.
Oh, whoa. That messed me up a little bit, but hey, how you doing? Here for another movie review. Drinking kombucha and Jägermeister. It's a nice mix there. But that was disgusting.
Oh my gosh.
You know, Jerome, I said it's like crevice as a joke. That really smelled like crevice. Okay. So this week we are reviewing The Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
Mitty.
Which is actually a remake.
What?
You didn't know that, or you just
No.
You really didn't know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, it actually there was an older movie that.
Who was Walter Mitty?
It was old time.
Well, yeah. How old it was the original?
I probably have it in here somewhere. Let's see. 1947.
What?
The original was 1947. Yeah.
Oh, I have to look that up.
Yeah.
I didn't do the research on this one. You did, so.
I did, and she's much better at doing the research. So if you've watched a lot of the videos, you'll notice when we're reading from her computer, it's much better because she'll find out interesting facts. I'm just like copy paste from Wikipedia. Here, read this. So my research's not quite as great, but yeah. So the stars that are in this show is the main star is Ben Stiller. He plays Walter Mitty. And he's obviously the main star. And then Kristen Wiig
yeah.
and Shirley MacLaine.
Yeah.
And Adam Scott. People know Adam Scott. Catherine Hahn and Sean Penn.
Yeah,
Sean Penn doesn't have a huge role in it.
But it's a pretty major role. It's based around him, basically.
No, it really is. It's like, I shouldn't say, not him a huge, he's not in it a lot, but it's a very pivotal role. Yeah. If that's the right way to say it.
If it weren't for him, then Walter Mitty wouldn't even be doing what he does in the whole entire film.
Yeah, well, I guess I'll just read this short. This one's not 7 paragraphs like our last video. So I'll read the description to you. Last video, The Outsiders, I had like 8 pages of
it was like
description.
I
read the whole movie. I just got the script and read the whole script basically. No. But for The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, Walter Mitty, played by Ben Stiller, an employer at Life magazine, spends day. Did that make you feel good or something?
No, when I was in high school, I wanted to work for Life magazine.
Oh, really?
I wanted to be a photographer in Life magazine.
Well, that's cool.
I know.
I didn't actually know that. I knew you wanted to be a photographer, but I didn't know you wanted to work for Life magazine.
Yeah, because the photographers got to travel all around the world and take really interesting pictures and everything, and I just thought that would be amazing. That would be an amazing life.
Which has a lot to do with this movie here.
Yeah.
An employee for Life magazine spends day after monotonous day developing photos for the publication. To escape the tedium, Walter inhabits a world of exciting daydreams in which he is the undeniable hero. Undeniable hero. Yep. Walter fancies a fellow employee named Cheryl, which is played by Kristen Wiig, and would love to date her, but he feels unworthy. However, he gets a chance to have a real adventure when Life's new owners send him on a mission to obtain the perfect photo for the final print issue. And this was released back in December of 2013.
Gosh, that long ago?
Yeah, about 5 years ago.
Man, it does not feel that long ago.
I remember watching it with my mom and dad. Remember we watched it with my mom and dad?
I don't remember.
Maybe you weren't there. Oh, that might have been when you were gone, actually. Yeah, I don't think you were there for some reason. Maybe you're at work or something, but yeah, we watched it. My dad, he never wants to watch movies and stuff. We put it on. He actually really enjoyed it. He liked it a lot. My mom loved it too. Yeah, but yeah. So the original Secret Life of Walter Mitty was 1947, and this is a remake of it. So we should watch the original one.
I'd like to see the original. Yeah.
And there were some
see how they
kind
of changed it. Obviously, it's going to be different because everything was modernized for this one.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And of course, with the there's the things you can do now rather than compared to back then.
Right.
But there were some people that were upset because they said it didn't really stick too much to the original one where. Like the way I guess it wasn't quite as funny. I guess the original one was more satirical. Was that your?
Oh, Ken, I'm
watching
sorry.
Watching it go off in every video we do.
I'm sorry.
I started looking around like, do we have a microwave down here or something?
Someone text me on Instagram.
But the original, I guess, was more, from what I was reading, more like a comedy, more satirical. Where this one was a little more, it
was a little serious, but there was a lot of funny
parts in it. But it was supposed to be a little more serious, though. Secret Life of Walter Mitty is a 2013 American adventure comedy drama film. Geez, adventure comedy drama. What is that? An adcom drum?
Adcom drum?
Adcom drum? Hey,
I like it.
What kind of movie you like? Adcom drums?
I like adcom drums.
Directed, co-produced, by and starring Ben Stiller. So he actually directed and co-produced it.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
He does a lot of directing now.
Yeah.
That he's kind of bigger.
Yeah.
Didn't he do like Zoolander and?
I think so.
Like a lot of them.
Positive,
a lot of the
so,
movies
yeah.
that he's in, he also directed.
Written by Steve Conrad. The film also stars Kristen Wiig, Shirley MacLaine, who already said all that.
Yeah.
This is the second film adaptation of James Thurber's 1939 short story, The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. So the story was written in 1939, made a movie in 1947, then redone again all these years later, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. I wonder if Ben Stiller like saw the original and thought we should redo it or read the book or.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know about that. This is something I wanted to tell more for YouTube people out there that go on YouTube a lot and know about YouTube stars and stuff like that. Because I didn't know about this and I read it. And anyone that's on YouTube a lot would know about Casey Neistat. You've probably never heard of him. No. She's not on YouTube much, but Casey Neistat's a big YouTube star. But it says 20th Century Fox hired filmmaker Casey Neistat to make a promotional video based on the theme of Live Your Dreams. But Neistat suggested instead to spend the budget on bringing disaster relief to the Philippines in the wake of the typhoon Haiyan. Fox agreed and gave him a budget of $25,000. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I had no idea he was tied to this and supposed to make something. And he suggests, well, we should give them the money to the Philippines. What are you supposed to say? Nah, go make the things. Like if he didn't, they would have got such bad press.
No.
So but
good.
So I don't know if he ended up doing anything with them later on. It didn't say anything about that on the article I read, or I think it was just Wikipedia. But yeah. So anyways, some people will know who he is and know about that.
What did they say? Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 51% based on 182 critics.
It only got a 51%. That's why I put that.
But it's only 182 critics.
Well, that's still a lot. Yeah.
Thousands.
Oh, well, I think actual, not just. Was that when they say critics? Is that just any? Because I don't really go on Rotten Tomatoes that much, but I hear the reviews a lot, and a lot of times, like if any of you watch Doug Loves Movies or listens to Doug Loves Movie, I mean not watch, just listens to his podcast. He will bring up Rotten Tomatoes and what they give it a lot too. Whatever movies he's talking about.
It's probably like one of the top 5, or even if the top review site.
Yeah, IMDb
for movies.
and Rotten Tomatoes and all these, a few other ones. I even think what's his name is still Roger and Ebert. Or Ebert. Siskel and Ebert. Yeah, I think Ebert still gets a lot of credit for his stuff.
Yeah.
But 51, either way, whether it's a lot or not, 51%, such a low rating.
It's a really low rating.
I thought it got a higher rating because the movie, that makes it sound like the movie's just very average.
Unless they just based it, like you're saying, like a lot of people gave it a bad review because they based it on the original, the 1947 version, and because it wasn't close enough or not funny enough or whatever, they gave it a bad rating. But for us who had never even heard of the original, I think there's a lot of people out there who would have said it was a great movie. Well,
yeah, you're right. I didn't know much about the original, but I knew it was a remake once I played the movie for my dad, because he said that this movie came out a long time ago, and I mean he never saw the original one, but he was kind of a movie buff a little bit when he was younger, and he actually not so much movie buff. He really enjoys watching the credits of movies. Like especially older movies, because he can remember a lot of like producers and just he remembers a lot of these weird facts about movies, even if he doesn't remember the main part of the movie. It's really strange. But
that's where you get your like just knowing small facts about
weird
random
things that people
stuff.
don't know.
You're like, what? Why would you even know that?
Yeah, like this shirt. I'm just kidding. I was gonna give some stupid fact. You're like, what do you know about this shirt?
There's something about this shirt.
But speaking of, like I said, one of the critics said, Peter DeBruge of Variety magazine criticized the film for lacking the satirical tone of the original story.
Yeah.
Comparing the film to a feature-length Just Do It ad for the middle-aged audience the film is targeting. DeBruge notes that the script downplays the comedy and that the scene inspired by the curious case of Benjamin Button shows the film could have been made funnier. You remember that scene?
Yes.
And see, this is what's funny. Is he says that shows that one scene, which it was a funny scene. It was really funny, but to me, it kind of took away from the movie.
I didn't like
that they put that scene in there.
I didn't either.
And now I guess in a weird sense we're kind of agreeing, because he's saying that he wished the movie would have been more like that all the way through. And
funny throughout.
And those kind of odd scenes.
Weird scenes, yeah.
And if it did do that, then I would have been okay with the scene and fine, because I would accept that's what the movie's like.
Right.
But for the way the movie was, somewhat serious, even though like when you had these fantasies, I was really far out.
Yeah.
But the movie was still fairly serious, so that scene really took me out of it, even though it was a funny scene. I can still picture his little hand and everything. It's a really funny scene. It is, and you'll crack up when you see it, but it kind of like it pulls you away from how much you're into the movie. You're kind of like, what the hell was that about?
I know.
You know what
was that about the Benjamin Button?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
He's like, man, I can still see his little head right now too. Oh my god!
And plus, like you would think somebody like Ben Stiller, who majority of the time plays in funny movies, that he would have made a movie that was pretty much funny throughout.
Right.
But this was one of his more serious roles. He's played in a few movies that
it's
are
just weird. He
serious.
said, "Yeah, let's put this scene in there." It's like, what?
Like an ode to Benjamin Button.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the song "The Space Odyssey" by David Bowie, is
when he's flying away.
Yeah, they play that song a few times throughout the movie. And it's got a pivotal role. It says plays a significant role throughout the film. Walter Mitty is referred to mockingly as Major Tom by his new boss, Hendricks, in reference to the astronaut Major Tom in Space Odyssey. Due to his frequent daydreaming, the boss interprets the line "ground control to Major Tom" as akin to "Earth to Walter, come in, Walter." Mm-hmm. So he kind of does that, but they play that, ground control to Major Tom.
Major Tom, I love that song.
Yeah, it's a great song. Mm-hmm. And there's a scene in there where Kristen Wiig's character Cheryl, where he's like in that
helicopter.
He goes somewhere in Iceland or whatever. Well, before he gets in the helicopter, he's like in that bar.
Yes.
And it's like he wants to get in the helicopter to go find Sean Penn to find the final picture and everything. Right. But the helicopter driver is just crap-faced drunk, remember?
Yes.
He's so drunk and he's all messed up.
And he's like, can you fly? He's like, sure.
Yeah, so he's just like having second thoughts about should I do this or not. And he ends up recognizing that's the helicopter pilot because of his ring or a tattoo or something on his finger. I can't remember. But that's the whole thing, is he had this whole thing of photos, and they were all like clues to find Sean Penn and to find where that last and there was one missing photo in there, which is supposed to be that final photo for the end of the movie and the one they want to put on the cover of the final Life magazine and everything. Mm-hmm. And so he starts following his clues. That was one of the clues, the ring or something on the guy's finger, and that's how he knew he was the pilot. But anyways, when he is debating on whether to go, or having second thoughts, all of a sudden he kind of goes through his daydream thing that he does, and he sees her, remember? And
she comes into the
bar. And she comes in singing that song.
Yes, it's ground control.
Yeah, it's actually really cool in the way she sings
it. Walks out with him to the helicopter, and he's like watching her while she's watching him go away.
So it gets real.
Yeah, I love that.
Some people might say corny, whatever, but I thought it was
I love that
cool,
she's like throughout, that's the whole point, is like he's...
It is raining hard out there. I don't know if you hear on the microphone, but it is raining hard out there.
Yeah. Or she's like throughout, like she's kind of his inspiration to be more bold. Like he knows that if he goes and does this great adventure, then he would be good enough to confront,
to win her over.
Go with her and be with her. And I think that's awesome that she just kind of pops everywhere. I mean, she's even in the clouds at one scene. And she's like shows up in the clouds and.
Yeah, and. That actually, shoot, I forgot to say at the beginning of the video, we say it at every video, spoiler alerts, obviously. If you're watching this, you know we're going to talk about the movies, so there's going to be spoilers. So, the one little, I want to tell the ending part, so I'm going to kind of spoil it a little bit here. So if you, but first, before I get to that, we'll give it our rating on the movie, and then at the very end, you can stop it if you haven't seen the movie, because I almost would say, if you haven't seen the movie, normally I'd say if you haven't seen these movies and we give spoiler alerts away, who cares, it'll still interest you to go see it. This one spoiler, I don't want you to know it really if you haven't seen the movie.
The ending is
it's touching. Yeah. It really is. It's basically the final picture, when he finally gets what that final picture is on the film.
Yeah.
And I kind of don't want to tell you, so I'll wait till I get to the end, and then hopefully you'll stop it and actually go watch the movie. Now me saying all this, they're probably like, I want to know, and they're going to watch it anyways. But
you can stream it on Netflix. It's on Netflix.
Yeah. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, we got it on DVD.
We have it on DVD. Yeah.
So let's rate it here. So what are we gonna? We always rate out of 5.
Middies.
But Middies, I like that. Middies. We always change the name. We don't do 5 stars. That's been done a billion times. So 5 out of from 1 to 5 middies. How many middies would you give this movie?
Well, I would give it a 4.
Okay.
I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Why do you say it like that? Like
well, because like how you're talking about how it got a lot of bad reviews and and everything, and just, like I said, I didn't know about the original. I guessed it was based on a book, but I never really went too far into it to find out if it was or not.
Yeah.
But I think the all-around movie, just the whole basis of the movie, I think it was a great story, and I think I related to Ben Stiller's character a lot because he was working for Life magazine. He was working with photographers, which I always wanted to be, and the fact that he daydreams all the time and he just kind of imagines a different life for himself. I did that so much when I was a kid. I mean, that's why I love writing stories and doing creative things. I mean, that's what creative people do, is they daydream. You just daydream. And I think that he might have done it a little bit
too
hardcore.
Much, probably,
but I just I related it related to it a lot.
Yeah.
So I think it was a 4 for me.
I agree with you. I'm actually giving it a 4.5.
Wow.
Yeah, I liked this movie a lot. I mean, it's not a 5, not a perfect movie for me, but very close. I liked it a lot. I just thought it was so well done. It was touching. It was funny. It was serious.
Push it. Push.
Our son's coming in.
Push
we
hard,
told him
man.
to play on his tablet while we do
Push
this.
hard.
But if you've watched any other videos, you know he likes to come in. But yeah, I would give it a 4.5 on it. I really liked it a lot. Thought it was great. So I'm going to talk about a little bit of the ending, and I'll tell you where to cut it off if you want to see it before we tell you. But to describe a little bit of the ending part. So the plot is he's trying to find this final picture. You know, he's got the whole roll, and he can't find the final picture. It's missing. That's this whole, what he's doing, trying to find Sean Penn to find where it is. There's clues left, and he gets close to him, goes to Iceland, does all these cool scenes in some of the, I think it was filmed in Iceland or Afghanistan, or I can't remember. I should have had that written down here. But some of the shots when he's on his skateboard riding, driving through, some of the shots are just beautiful landscapes. So so not only did I like the movie for just the storyline, but just the cinematography was beautiful. It's just all around a nice movie like that. But so they're trying to find that final shot to be the last picture. You know, what's it's going to be. Ben Stiller ends up finding it. There's more scenes with his wallet and everything. They end up throwing it away, and his mom ends up pulling his wallet out of the trash, and that was part of it. And one of the pictures was a picture of certain shape of the piano, and then Ben Stiller notices, wait a minute, that's the piano in my house. Remember?
Yes.
And so he actually hey buddy, don't touch it, don't
baby.
touch. So he actually notices, like, Mom, was he here? And then Sean Penn was actually there visiting his mom and took a picture of the piano. So it's really cool. These things start to connect and everything. So anyways, it's really cool how that stuff starts to connect. And this is where I'll say to cut it off, because I'm going to give away what the last picture is, the ending of the movie, and what the actual picture is. So if you want to watch it and see, which I would suggest doing, I'd stop the video right here. So before I say that, go ahead and subscribe, like, share it, and all that kind of good stuff, and we will see you next week. We appreciate it. Okay, so for those of you that are going to stay and watch, so when Ben Stiller gets I can't remember exactly how it's happened, but he gets the last picture, he doesn't actually end up looking at it. Because he doesn't want to know. It's almost like this whole, it's almost like, the whole adventure, the journey was more better than whatever the destination is. It was more better. The journey was better than the destination, or than where you end up going. And he was just so happy to have the whole journey that didn't really care about the actual destination. By the time he was just pooped out and didn't really care. So he turns it in. They end up putting it on the cover. And at the end of the movie, he's walking along the street with Cheryl, Kristen Wiig's character. And they have the magazine on there, and he looks at it, and
Elias. Dude.
All right, and part 2. Okay, so we're back. Sorry, my son started running in front of the camera and everything like that, and got in front of there, and now he's upstairs, and he's really upset with us, and we make him told him he could sit right on the stairs, and of course that wasn't good enough, so he's up there really upset with us, and saying who knows what about us. So you might hear a little background noise there. But so anyways, so they're walking down the street, and they walk by and they see the magazine, and there it is. And the picture that's on there is a picture of Ben Stiller. A picture of his character, Walter Mitty, of him just sitting there in front of the Life magazine building, and I believe he's looking at photos, looking at a photo.
He always goes outside and looks at the
he always goes out and looks at the little
negatives.
thing, and it's just a very simple picture of him doing it, and it's what it represents is just the basic, it's all these beautiful pictures that Life does of animals, of this and that. It really, what it represents is all those throughout all the years were great, but what it came down to, what made life was the people behind it is what made it. Just like what make everything is the people behind it. Just like what makes this great is us. But and him just sitting there was a simple picture of him looking up at it, and the whole movie as it gets closer and closer, you're just wondering what's it going to be, and you really think it's going to be some big old fantastic firework or something crazy, like, oh, that's a cool picture,
right.
And it's nothing about that. It really is about representing the people, and it just was. I mean, it almost. I don't know if I teared up, but I probably almost did. It was a very touching, and the way they did it was great. Mm-hmm. So hopefully if you're watching this, you already saw that part and you know this. If you watched it, we ruined it for you.
We gave you warning.
We gave you warning. And also hearing me say it is not going to be the same as sitting there for an hour and a half or 2 hours, watching the whole movie and having it get to the part. It touches you more when you see it and you get to that part of the movie if you don't know it already. So if you didn't know and you hear me saying it, you're going, really? That's it? It's not a big of a deal? It's not, I can't do it justice as actually watching the movie.
Yeah,
so,
it is an emotional movie. There's a lot of scenes where you really do feel for his character and you almost, it gives you that self of adventure, like you yourself want to go out and experience new things in the world.
Yeah, it really does.
Not necessarily the danger that he kind of goes through, but
obviously,
but I mean, just going to see the world,
jumping into the ocean like he did,
yes,
riding with
down the
a drunk helicopter pilot. Yeah, I wouldn't suggest doing those things, but
but I mean, there's it just. there's so much in the world that we can go see and experience, and living in your close-knit little life, you're just not getting there. You're just not out there seeing things, and it just makes you, this movie makes you want to get out there and really experience new things.
I know this kind of stuff's been said before, but especially with our computers and our fast food and just the way the life is now, everything is so, fast and compact.
You don't have to go anywhere.
It's easy just to sit in your home and just do stuff and not adventure out. And you got to go camping, go do stuff, visit people, ride your bike for heaven's sake. So hopefully this review and this movie gives you a little bit of encouragement to go out there and just do something. Just get out in the world. Go visit your friends. You're putting it off, friends. Let's go out, and you don't do it. If you're one of those people that doesn't do it, a little more introverted, stop. Go out there and have a little fun. You don't need
meet people.
Yeah, you don't need. And we need to take advice ourselves. We stay in too much too. So we're not trying to preach. We're saying this is good advice for everybody, including us. So I would have given the movie a 4 if it wasn't for that last scene. That last scene definitely bumped it up for me to the 4.5. Yeah, because it was just so touching and awesome.
I agree with you.
Really
I think
that last scene.
That's pretty great.
It was great.
It was way up there on my top.
I want to watch it again now. Just talking about it's making me want to watch it again. I want to watch it right now. Bye. No, but so I think that's it. Do you have anything else you want to add?
No.
You look really beautiful tonight, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
You do.
This is my normal work clothes, except for this.
I need to visit you at work more often. Vava-voom. Do people still say that? Vava-voom. Hey, what's your sign?
I don't think they ever said Vava-voom.
It's like, dude, are you like 80? Who says that? Hey, we appreciate you guys joining us again for another movie review. I don't know do you know what next week's is going to be? The Burbs, I think, right?
The Burbs.
The Burbs is our next week.
Yeah, another 80s movie.
And that one, I'll tell you, right? I know I say this all the time,
oh my gosh.
but that one truly is one of my favorites.
We seriously watched that movie like
100 times, probably.
Times.
The Burbs is such a stupidly funny movie. It's Tom Hanks is great in that movie. I can't wait to do that review. That one's probably going to be like a 5-hour review because it's just so good. We'll talk about every scene in that movie.
Every scene, we're going to like quote it.
Let's just play the movie behind us, The Burbs, and we'll just sit here like this and watch it with everybody.
Just enjoying it.
No, but we really appreciate you guys joining us. Please like and subscribe and all that stuff. Share it with your friends. If you enjoyed it, leave a comment. Let us know what you think. If there's a movie you want us to review, please let us know. We'd love to review a movie that you'd like us to review and hear what our take is on it.
You want something more recent? I mean, we're obviously
doing a lot of older stuff,
things, but we're definitely down to go to a theater and see a new movie and review it and give you our opinion.
We have certain ones kind of in line that we plan to do. We do a little research for. That's why it's easier to do the older ones we have DVDs for and stuff. But if there's something that you want us to do and you recommend it, and it's something that's in the theaters now at the time we'll move it ahead to everything and go see it, and then do it ahead of the other ones because obviously we don't want to have the suggestion and then wait 3 years and do it then. So so put a suggestion down there if there's something you want us to review, and late, old, or new, and we really appreciate it, right?
Yeah.
Another good one. Bam! All right, guys, love you. Thanks. Bye.